What's happening, man? This your boy OG Freaky the Pimp, and this is the Culture Connection. It's a live internet roundtable where we can sit back and express our views and opinions about the events that go on in our community. Everything that affects our daily lives will be discussed on this show. My goal is to connect everything from our culture back to our communities. All opinions will be respected, none will be neglected. Now join me as we begin to connect. Church.
Yo. Yeah, man, what's happening, man? Man, there's something about that song I just love, man. That's for those y'all don't know, that's a song that I'm working on, man. My latter years of my career, man. Hey, what's happening, man? I know it's not Sunday. I know it's not, man. Today is Monday. It is Labor Day. Oh Lord have mercy, it's Memorial Day. Happy Memorial Day to everybody out there. I hope you had a safe and relaxing Memorial Day. Um, the reason why we celebrate Memorial Day is to um, salute to the fallen heroes we lost while they were serving. So if you know somebody that was lost at war or not even in peacetime, um, this holiday is for your loved ones, man. So I give a shout out to all the veterans, all the military personnel that's abroad fighting our wars, man, and defending this country. The ones that passed away while defending this country. The honor is to you today. You know, it's just not about just barbecuing and having a day off because I didn't have a day off. I had to work. Um, excuse my voice, man. Like I said, my sinuses have been draining and I haven't been feeling the best of me. But hey, here I am. And like I said, normally we come on Sundays. This is the Culture Connection. Excuse me. I am your host, OG Freaky the Pimp. Salute. And I wanted to do something special for Memorial Day. So here I am. As you can see, I got my red, white, and blue on. Stream down a little bit, my down south royalty. Now this is a down south player shirt. Everybody can't have this, you know what I'm saying? I mean, seriously, this is the rap group, down south players. Down south royalty, and it's red, white, and blue. Down south royalty is for the down south king, queen, and just for down south royalty. And the children's coming soon, you know, so you'll be on the lookout at that. So we'll visit downsouthroyalty.com. That's my title sponsor. Shout out to my boy Bo Mac. But again, today is Memorial Day, man, and I wanted to come on and do a special show. I'm not gonna be on long, I promise, because I'm starting late. Again, I had to work, you know. So without further ado, the name of this show is Salute Our Heroes, Our Soldiers, and Our Graduates. Because, you know, our soldiers, just like our soldiers fought on the front line at all wars we ever had as when we were a country, including the Revolutionary War, up until the last recent war we had with Iraq or the coalition, whatever you know, or the dust ups we still fight on a daily basis. You know, people might not know it, but we have a lot of dust ups that we're continuing every day. We have fights and we have shootouts and all that good stuff, man. Shout out to some people real quick. What's up, Al? Brother Tucson. Hey, C San, what's happening? You on next week's show? We're going with you, C San. I promise you. But again, it's not just a day to barbecue and have a good time. Y'all had to bear with me tonight. Like I said, that's why I'm not gonna be on here long. But just like the soldiers that was on the front line that lost their lives, man. I liken that to these graduates that's graduating high school and graduating college, because they are the future that's going to our front lines to fight for us on our day-to-day life. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like one and the same to me. I mean, we're not going to lose any, but you know, like I said, these graduates, you know, they need some saluting themselves. You know what I'm saying? They need their glory. And you know, like I said, man, college ain't for everybody. You know what I mean? I went to college. I went to Jackson State, the I love. Um, Along with some of my friends, you know, I had a lot of friends with me. Mentioned some names, brother Steve Biggs, brother Eldon Daniels, may God rest his soul. Um, brother Thad Williams and Sean Osma, just people from my hometown that went to college with me, man. And it's not for everybody, and you don't get there, and you don't learn um, just books and stuff. You learn day to day life. You know, one of the most important things that I learned as a college student was how to prepare myself for life. You know, how to be independent from my parents. Uh, Believe it or not, that's a you have to do that. You have to be independent, man. You know, sooner or later. So um, again, I had some high school friends that went straight to the military. You know, so a few people that come in mind, like my brother Andre Shalom. He always on here. Shout out to you, Andre. Thank you for your service. Um, hey Nelly, how you doing? I love you, Nelly. Tell my brother Galen I said what's up. Um, you know, brother Galen, he went to the military. Um, the brothers from Pastor Stan that I went to school with, they went straight to the military. Um, so what I'm saying is this: like I said again, college ain't for everybody. Everybody ain't for college, but neither is the military. It's not for everybody. So I want to say to these graduates from these high schools and these colleges that graduated last week or graduating this week, or you know, whenever you graduated, you are our future. You are the protectors of our culture, just like the army. Navy and Air Force protect our soil and our sovereignty. The graduates of these classes, they protect our culture, and the sole purpose of this show is to connect everything from our culture back to our community. So I'm gonna add it up in a minute and show you what I'm talking about. But first, I got some numbers I want to share with people. I do a lot of research when I do these shows, man. So um, 80% of students graduate high school. Now check this out. 62.8 of those high school graduates enrolled in college. Okay. So you got 87% of high school graduate high school. 62.8% of those 80%, 87% enroll in college. I know it's kind of confusing, but just hear me out. Out of the 62.8 of students that's enrolled in college that graduated high school, 61.4 of those graduate college. Okay. Check this out. On the military side, 6% of our high school graduates go straight to the military. I thought that was a kind of low number, but I realized this that might not be a decision that every 18-year-old wants to make or needs to make. You know what I mean? Sometimes people want to take their time and go through life because 42 back this up. Out of the 6% military, okay. 66.4% of students that's not in college. These are the ones that graduated from high school. 66.4 students are not in college, go straight to the workforce. Now the ones that go to the military, out of the 6%, 41.2 of them go to college. So out of the 6% of the high school students that go directly into the military, 41.2% of them actually attend college. I thought that was very interesting. I just thought that the 6% was kind of low because when I was growing up, just saying, what's up, Kevin? When I was growing up, it was one, two, or three things. You know, either you were going to school, you was going to college for your education, which I recommend. Um, Two, going to the military to start a military career. And I'm not talking about going for 4 or 5 years. I'm talking about most people I know had 20 plus years in the military. My dad did 20 years in the Army, retired from the Army, and did 20 more years civil service with the Navy. So he did a whole 40 years, you know. Hey, Tanya, what's up, cuz? I'm just saying all this to say, man, students, when you graduate, you're going somewhere. And I said, shout out to the fallen soldiers, to the veterans, the ones that's struggling from PSTs and all that stuff, the ones that's wounded, the ones that um, lost limbs, all that good stuff, man. In the amount of war for our country, my utmost respect is to you, sirs and ma'ams, because you paid the ultimate sacrifice to help defend this country, the sovereignty of this country. But I'm trying to match it today with the students that graduated who are protecting our culture. A couple of shows ago, I did a thing, and then I was showing how um, our culture is being somewhere we're missing something, right? A couple of shows ago, I came out and said that these kids are going to have to bring the culture back. Now, I'm a soldier. I'm just going to put it like this: I'm a soldier. No, I was never in the army, never in any military, but I'm a soldier because I see myself on the front line promoting our culture, um, trying to give the right example, trying to be a good man, trying to be a good son, uh, trying to be a good father. You know what I mean? So that's why I say I'm on the front lines because, believe it or not, we're at war. Believe it or not, we're at war. That's why if I consider myself a soldier because I'm on the front line. I'm gonna stay on this front line. But the kids that's graduating today are our future front line. They're the ones that's going to get out there and vote, decide elections eventually. You know what I mean? They're the ones going to have to get out there and stand up for our culture, our people, our communities. They're the ones that's going to be the communities. You know what I mean? Sooner or later, people like me and in my age group is going to fade out, and we're going to be dependent solely upon these graduates and these kids that's coming out of high school. You know what I mean? And again, if you're going from high school straight into the workforce, that's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. Every graduate should make their decision based upon their immediate intuition. Whatever they think is best for them, is what I'm saying. Whatever they think is best for the family or for themselves, that's what you should do. If you think going to college is the best thing for you, by all means, pick a college and go. If you feel like going to the military is the best thing for you, pick a branch and go. If you feel like you need to stay at home and go to work, pick a job and go. The key word is pick and go. So I'm saying, pick what you're going to do and go do it. I mean, like I said, man, we're at war. We're at war. Not so much as a physical war or where we're going to be shooting in the streets, but a war of culture, a war of mind. You know, our brains are at war constantly every day fighting this so-called system that's set up for us that fails us constantly, day in, day out. So again, these kids that's coming out of high school and college are our front line. You know, parents, whatever your kid decides coming out of high school, whatever your kid decides what branch he wants to go to in the military, what we have to do as parents is support them 100%. Because coming from experience, I'm gonna tell you, there's nothing like having a parent's support. And I had both of my parents supporting me in my decision to go to college. You know what I'm saying? Same with my brother and my sister. My parents supported them 100%. So we have to support these kids that's making these decisions. We need to let them make their own decision, but once they do, we need to support them. We can't get back here and say, yo, you should have went to college, or you should have did this, or you should have went to the military, you should have got you a job, because that's their lives they're trying to start. So we can't dictate how to run your life or try and live your life, but we should support whatever decision they make. And man, I'm just saying it was thousands upon thousands of colleges that had thousands upon thousands and thousands of graduates. It's thousands upon thousands and thousands of high schools that had thousands upon thousands of graduates. We're talking about millions of kids' lives that's in flux, trying to make the right decision, trying to do the right thing, trying to make their parents proud. And listen to me, kids, when I'm telling you this, and I call you kids because you're still kids to me. I mean, but listen, young adults and kids, believe you me, you make your parents proud. And whatever decision you make, you do. You may not show it all the time, you may not say it all the time, but I'm telling you, you do. You do, man. So my advice and my hope for you is to do whatever you decide you want to do and do it well. Nobody can stop you but you. There might be some hurdles in the way. You know, it might be some bad times and some good times, but the good times far outweigh the bad times. You know what I'm saying? Whether you're a soldier on the front line of war abroad, or you're a soldier on the front line of war here in the streets, still a soldier, still a soldier. You're still fighting, and you should fight with all you got. You should fight with all you got. Real quick, a couple of names I'm gonna mention. There's some people I know, and if you know some people that graduated, you can put their name in the inbox, and I'll say them. But so a couple of people that I know that I'm gonna shout out today that graduated from high school and college. To say a couple of names. Start off with some high school kids that I know personally. Um, well, all my cousins in Pass Christian. If you went to Pass Christian, you went to Pass High, you kin to me. So all the whole class of Pass High, salute you. Um, how about Zachary Thomas? Um, he graduated from Harris Central High School. Zach is soon to be my stepson. 35, he's a good kid. I just mentioned him because I know him personally. And whatever you do, Zach, whatever decision you make, I'm gonna be proud of you. I know your mom's gonna be proud of you, and the whole family's gonna be proud of you. But you do it well. Um, Another friend of mine, Miss Samaria Thompson, she graduated Stone County. A nice, quiet young female, real nice, real smart. She's on her way to go to Southern University. She decided to go to college. On her way to go to Southern University, man. And again, Samaria, you make your mom proud. I know you make your dad proud. What's up, Sergeant Rock, my brother? What's up? What's up, Greg? Um, just to shout out some people. You make your mom proud. When you go to college, your mom's gonna be proud. Your dad's gonna be proud. Do the best thing you can do is just be you and be yourself and complete it. Complete it. And I'm telling you, man, life is gonna be so much better now. You're going to Southern University. Um, I mean, I went to Jackson State, but still, she's going to a historically black college and university, HBCU as they call them. And it's an experience in itself. Anybody that's out there that's going to HBCU, it's experiencing yourself because you learn so much. You're gonna learn about your culture. You're gonna learn about, history. You're gonna learn about, you're gonna learn your academics and stuff. You're gonna learn about the fun part, the Greeks, the parties, and all that good stuff, man. And the celebration of being away from home because I know I was a kid once too, and I wanted to just get away and out the realms of the rules of the house. You see what I'm saying? Enjoy all that. Enjoy all that because you're gonna have time. And my correction. I'm sorry, Zachary Thomas. He graduated from Biloxi High School, and I said Harrison Central. I don't know where my mind was. Excuse me, Zach. I'm sorry. But same to you, Zach. Zach decided to go into the workforce. Like I said, your family's gonna be proud of you. Do what you gotta do and do it well and complete. Don't ever stop dreaming. And this is the message to all these kids that are graduating. Don't ever stop dreaming. Don't ever stop dreaming because dreams do come true when you work hard at it. That's just a message I want to give to all the graduates, college and high school. And I wanted to shout them two special students out that graduated high school. And like I said, all my cousins in Pastor State, Mississippi, 39571, 39571, because you are the future. You know what I mean? Some of you are going to be doctors, some of you are going to be lawyers, some of you are going to just work at a car plant. You know what I mean? Some of you are going to go in the military. But you are the future of the front line of our culture because our culture lives through you, just like it lived through me when I was your age, like it lived through my mom and dad when it was their age. It's going to live through you and your kids eventually. That's why it's culture. It goes on and on and on until we stop it. See what I'm saying? So I want to give a couple of shout out to them. All high school students, I salute you because I know completing high school is not a easy task, especially when you're in your senior year. I know you have to, you know, plan prom and do all this good stuff, man. But when you can look at yourself in the mirror and pat yourself on the back in the mirror and say, it was all worth it, because I know it was. I know it was. Um, that's just a couple of high school. Again, I apologize, Zach. I don't know why I said Harris Central, Biloxi High, home of the Indians. Um, Now I'm gonna move to the college students, a couple of college students. I'm gonna name two of each. That I mean, again, all college students that graduated in the past couple of weeks or is graduating soon, I salute to you because I know just like high school was hard and difficult, college was extremely hard and extremely difficult because there's so much stuff going on. And you're not at the realm of your parents' rules anymore. So it's that much difficult. Believe me, I know. To get up in the morning to go to school, go to class, to maintain a budget, to work, to you know, study. It's not you don't have a mom and dad beating you upside your head telling you get up, son, and go study, or get up, daughter, and go study. You have to do it on your own. You grow up. You see what I'm saying? So, and that growing up is what's going to carry the culture. It's going to carry our culture from now time until you get my age. I think I'm 39, but when you get my age, you're going to be the one carrying the culture. Um, I'll start off with a young man that's in Atlanta that I know, uh, Mr. Daryl Thomas. I've been knowing Daryl for a long time. He's in my family, extended family. I know his mom and I know his dad, and he graduated with a BBA in business management from the University of West Georgia. So congratulations, there. I haven't seen you in a couple of years. Well, no, I seen you about a year ago. But when I see you again, we have a big hug and a big handshake for you. Congratulations, because that's a feat, and that's something to celebrate. That's something to salute because now since you went to college, you took your time, your 4 years, and went to college. You can go out into the world and bust the world upside open in your degree work. And then when you, like I said, you look yourself in the mirror, you can say, "Hey, man, it was worth it." And I know your mama and your daddy spent a lot of money, spent some lot of money, like old folks say, not spend a lot of money, spent some lot of money to get you where you are today. And I know they're extremely proud of you. And I'm extremely proud of you, man. So congratulations, man. Take on the world. Do what you got to do. Do what you got to do. Extremely proud of you. And again, that's his name, Daryl Thomas. Got a BBA in business management from the University of West Georgia. Just graduated. Actually, he graduated on the same day as my beloved niece, my sweetheart, Katrina Larry, is the next college student I'm mentioning. And man, I can't begin to tell you how proud I am of her because I know, she's a real smart cookie. Now, she may not be the smartest in the family, We won't leave that up to other people to say, but she's very smart, man. She graduated with 2 degrees, dual degrees from the University of Mississippi State, dual degrees, and in international business and foreign language. And she's going back to school to get a master's. And I know her, she's going back to school to get a doctorate. That's her plan. And, extremely, extremely, extremely proud of you. Um, I mean, I remember when she was born, and I know my sister's proud of you. And, Anthony, everybody's proud of you. Your grandma, all your cousins, they're proud of you. You made it, and you're making it. And I want you to continue to make it. Continue to get out there and do what you're supposed to do and take on the world and carry that culture and get on that front line. Because one day I know you're going to be a doctor. You know what I mean? So, Katrina, they call her Core. I don't know why they call her Core. That's her nickname. But she graduated Mississippi State. Um, I just said those names, man, just because because I know them and I wanted to congratulate them personally. Um, Two, because I want people to see the different avenues these kids are taking. You know, once you get up in college, you pick degrees and you choose degrees and you choose your thing you're going to do. You know what I mean? My um, degree in college at Jackson State, I was mass communication, broadcast production. And you know what happened? When I left Jackson State, I did not work in that degree in that business ever until now doing this podcast. This is my first time doing a broadcast. But some of the things I learned helped me do this today. You see what I'm saying? So and I'm not gonna tell how long ago I went to college, but it was a long time ago, man. And I'm just not doing what I set off my mind to do in the beginning. You know what I mean? When I graduated high school, I was clear cut. I wanted broadcast production, mass communication, broadcast production. Here I am today, finally utilizing some of the stuff that I learned in college. You know what I mean? I went straight to work, straight from Jackson State, straight to the casino industry, and I've been working in the casino industry for a long time. You know, but like I said, I wanted to use these kids, young adults' name because look at the different directions they're going. I know there's some going to the military. Like I said, my niece is planning to go back to school, get her master's, and back to school, get a doctorate. Um, I know Zach is planning going to straight from high school straight to the workforce and make a living. And I know Samaria is going straight to Southern University. Um, I don't know her major, but that's not, she got time. You know what I'm saying? And I know Daryl is going from straight from his degree. I don't know if he's going back to college to get a master or not, but I know he's going straight into work. You know what I'm saying? He's going straight to get at it. You know, again, the sole purpose of this show is to connect our culture back to our community. We all know somebody that graduated high school, college, whatever it was. It could have been a trucking school. Excuse me, y'all. Running. But whatever they graduate, graduation means that you completed. You know what I mean? You completed. So to all graduates, again, I take my hat that I don't have on off to you because I know how difficult that was to complete that. You know, and like I said, people are going in separate ways. Now begins the stage of life where you starting to live life and you're starting to accomplish things and starting to learn. Learn. Learning ain't over once you get out of high school. And for the ones that go into the military, you're going to learn your job. The military is going to train you well, but the learning don't stop. The learning, the dreaming, and the accomplishments do not stop. They keep going as long as you keep going. You know what I mean? So that's why I chose this Memorial Day to salute not only the fallen veterans on the sad side, fallen veterans that lost their lives defending this country. On the upside and on the bright side, we also celebrate these graduates that are building, are going to build, are going to be on our front line defending our culture, our day-to-day lives, our communities. In Gulfport, Mississippi, where I reside, we have a very, very special election coming up in June. We can make history. And I don't doubt that some of these graduates are going to be some of the ones casting the votes to make history. I mean, I don't doubt in a couple of years that some of these graduates are going to be on the police forces. I don't doubt these graduates coming out of high school, some out of colleges will be the ones defending our cases in law or operating on us on the operating table. So that's why it's very important, to salute these kids and young adults that's graduating and continue to support them and push them, give them drive, give them their energy. As parents, that's what we should do. You know what I mean? So we got to continue to do that. And again, um, the learning and the dreaming and accomplishments don't stop. The victories don't stop. Again, like I said, it's gonna be some good times and bad times. But the good times are gonna far outweigh the bad times because one thing God always told you, He's always gonna be right there stepping with you side by side. You're not gonna see it sometimes. You might even doubt it sometimes, but if you got faith, you got faith. And I pray that every one of these graduates have faith. I pray that every one of these parents of these graduates have faith. And I pray our community have faith in these kids and our God. Don't matter if you're Muslim, don't matter if you're Christian, Jewish, whatever. Faith of a mustard seed is all you need. Somebody's kid need to hear that. Somebody's graduate needed to hear that, man. So the faith of a mustard seed is all you need. I'm telling you, I'm talking from experience when I say this, man. It was plenty of times. My first couple of years in college, that it was rough because you know you're not trying to really work. You're just trying to really, get out there and, or you want to party. You want to have a good time. You might be interested in some of the Greeks. And shout out to the fraternities. So let me do that right quick. The Alphas, the Kappas, Qs, Zetas, uh, who else? Deltas, AKAs. I know I'm missing some of them, but the Masonic orders. Let me say that. That's the oldest fraternity. You know, these kids are coming to us open-minded, open-hearted, with a mission. And as Greek fraternities and as the order of the Masonic lodges and all these other different organizations, our job is to do one thing too, is to help guide these kids, help protect these kids, and show these kids, give them the examples of what it means to be. You know what I mean? And organizations like the Lamplighters, I know the Omegas had the Lamplighters, and I know every Masonic lodge that I know is in the training business. You better believe it. You know what I mean? Every Eastern Star house I know is in the training business. You know what I mean? All these Greek fraternities, they're in the training business, training good young women and men how to be good young men and women, how to care and all that good stuff. You learn all that stuff through camaraderie, through the Greek fraternities, through the brotherhood of the Masonic order. You can learn all that stuff. But again, like I said, college ain't for everybody. But when you branch off to the military, you're gonna learn that same thing in your different units, in your different uh, Bravo 13 or whatever they call it, I don't know, different camps. You're gonna meet people. You're gonna do some things you never done before. I'm telling you, man, between the ages of 15 and I like to say 30, 33, or 35. Let's say 35. These are the most exciting years of your life because you're constantly learning, you're constantly doing things, you're constantly on the move. You know what I mean? It's going to be some pitfalls sometime, but every pitfall, it's going to be a vine out of it. You know what I'm saying? For every hole in the ground, it's going to be a ladder to climb out of. You have to remember that. You have to have faith in that. You do. But like I said, please understand and believe that you are the future of the community, future of our culture, the future of this world. And if you tackle life like you did high school, like you did college, like you did the Army or the Air Force or what's the Space Force, whatever branch of military, the Marines, if you tackle life like that, this world can become a better place. If you uphold your culture like that and fight for our culture and fight for your rights, your community can be a better place. I'm saying. Again, like I said, I didn't intend to stay on here long. I just wanted to deliver a message to the graduates and to salute the fallen soldiers that were lost in defending our country and how to connect them, the guys that lost their lives defending our country for our sovereignty and our soil. These graduates connected. You are pointed you, and you, and you, and you. You are the soldiers that's fighting to keep our culture, to keep our communities, clean, to keep our cities ran right. You are the ones. What I'm doing now, you're gonna be doing it later. What somebody else, whoever you look up to, the councilman like Brother Jeffrey Hullum, somebody's gonna be in that seat later on. the mayors, the city council. Somebody's going to be in those seats. The doctor's office, your doctor, somebody's going to be doctoring somebody later on. It's going to be you. So, like I said, man, I just wanted to come on and say that, man. Again, I hope everybody had a wonderful, wonderful Memorial Day celebration, because I know, some grills were lit. I know some beer was drank. I know some hot dogs and some hamburgers. And I know all the good stuff. Music was playing. And nobody sent me no plate. But I know it happened. You know what I mean? Just like it's gonna happen for the 4th, like it's gonna happen for the Juneteenth. But remember the story and the legacy behind these holidays, especially Juneteenth. That's another show we're gonna talk about, but especially Juneteenth. That connects to our culture, especially Juneteenth. We'll be celebrating that within next month. Know what it's about, young adults. Know what it's about. Celebrate it. It's like you celebrate Cinco de Mayo. They tell you to get out there and celebrate, go get you some tequilas and drink Dos Equis and Corona beers. You celebrate Juneteenth because Cinco de Mayo is nothing but an Independence Day for the Mexicanos, Mexican Revolution. Just like the 4th of July is a celebration of American independence. Juneteenth is a celebration of our independence. So celebrate that. What's up, Clyde? Clyde, all the way from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I'm talking about Baton Rouge because I got a friend that's coming to college up there at Southern University. And I know Clyde, if you ever, well, Clyde, I don't know, you can't bowl. I don't know what's wrong with you, but dummy. You're my brother, though. I love you, man. I'll see you soon. Um, go ahead, like I said, and lead this conversation. And I apologize for not being able to come on my regular time, but this is the Culture Connection. It's going to be on every Sunday. If something happens like last week and I couldn't make it, I'll let you know. So I'll let you know. So stay tuned. We're gonna have some very interesting shows coming up. Stumbling on my words, I'm sick. I apologize for my voice again, but um, again, man, if you see a soldier, a family that lost a soldier in war, you see somebody um, that's in the military, give them a hug. Let them know you love them and let them know you support them, because it's not an easy thing to do. All right, Clyde, well, come see me. Call me, man. I got the same number, brother. Let you take me out to dinner or something, man. If you see a graduate, and you know a graduate, if you know a family that has a graduate, and you see them before they go to college, or before they go to the military, or while they're working, hug them. Tell them you love them, because, again, they are our future. They are our future of our culture, of our day-to-day lives, of our communities. Again, Tanya, thank you for supporting, honey, because I always say this. I do this not because I want to do it, I have to do it, because I'm going to do it, because I'm going to make a difference. We're going to make a difference, you know what I'm saying? All we got to do is stick together, you know what I'm saying? Together we're unbeaten, you know. That's all we got to do. We got to learn how to support and celebrate each other, instead of always bickering and being on the opposite end of violence and gun violence, like the last show I had about gun violence, man. A powerful show. And I challenge you, man, if you didn't see it, if you didn't look at it, go back and look at it, man. Paul, what's up, brother? Look, man, I apologize to you. Happy birthday to Paul. Paul Taylor, Paul, my boy. I couldn't make it yesterday, man. They called me into work, man. So um I got a cigar right now, boy. I gotta do come holler at me. You know what I'm saying? What's up, Jake, my brother? But again, back to like I said, to be on the other end of violence and the gun violence, man. It was a powerful show, man. And like I said, go check it out. If you didn't see it, then go check it out again, man. We got some big things coming up with that too, man. So be on the lookout for some stuff that we're gonna do. But um we're always all right, Paula. I'm gonna call you in a minute, man. I'm gonna call you in a minute. Always looking to do new and interesting things, man. And again, the sole purpose of the show is to bring the culture back to the community. So, like I said, we're gonna do some big things coming up soon, man. I mean, I hope we're gonna make you proud. I know we're gonna have your attention, and that's what we want. We want your attention and your time. If we can get that, your attention and your time, we can get your mind. If we can change your mind and not your mind, somebody else's mind, one person's mind, two people's mind, we're changing. So I'm saying, but the thing is, we got to change the narrative to change the mind. You know what I'm saying, for so long we've been stuck in a narrative of yeah, whatever, let's just do what we do. We're gonna do. We're gonna make it do what it do. We're stuck in that narrative right now. We're stuck in the narrative of and oh yeah, I can ramble on. I'm just saying. I know I sound getting off. I ramble on because I'm just telling what's in my heart. Telling you what's the truth that I believe is the truth. And if you don't believe it's the truth, we can always debate. That's what we do, debate. But uh, I was just telling y'all something I forgot. But we have to change the narrative to change our mindset. We still in the narrative of we shall overcome to try and be included. We need to get to the narrative we must overcome at all costs because what's going on, like I said yesterday, last show, I mean not yesterday, last show, the genocide, the homicide, and the suicide of our communities through gun violence and other violence and other you know stuff that we can fix. We can fix. Only thing that can defeats hate is love. Speaking of love, show you love. Support. You have to support each other. We have to learn how to support each other. We have to learn how to communicate with each other. These graduates that's graduating these schools, um, ones in college, like I said, Daryl, Katrina, go out and communicate with other people, and then bring it back and communicate with your people. That's how we keep a communication thing going on. It's like a circle. Samaria, Zach, go out and communicate with other people, and bring it back and communicate with your people. It's the same thing. You go out and learn. When you Samaria, when you go to Baton Rouge and learn, go to Southern, you can always come back to Wiggins and Biloxi to your family. You can tell them what you learned up there. See what I'm saying? Same thing with you, Zach. When you go out, get you a new job, you're gonna meet somebody that you never met before. You can always communicate with them and learn. You learn from each other. You go back and tell your family what you learned, and they go back and tell their family what they learned from you. And that's how we keep the communication thing going. Yes, sir. And that's right, Paul. Mediocre acceptance. That's where we're at. We need to stop that. Brother Galen, my brother. And listen, and shout out to Galen. Galen, I promise you, bro, I'm gonna have you on this show because I need you on this show to come talk to these people, come talk with me about a lot of stuff. And Galen and his lovely wife Nellie, we call her Nellie, are an example of what I'm talking about. They have two sons that graduated, you know, two sons graduated, both of them doing well. One of them in the NBA, the other one's playing ball. I don't know where, but I know he's playing ball. And I know as I talked about the Masonic order, some of these Greek fraternities that I mentioned, I know my brother Galen is a part of my Masonic order, and I know how he raised his kids. I know how my brother raised his kids. I know how I raised my son. I know how my other brothers raised their kids, and our kids do well. You know why? Because we had the same mindset. You know what I'm saying? We had the same communication factor where if I can go to Galen and talk to Galen about what's going on with my son, he can do the same thing with me. My brother, I talk to my brother about that. My brother can talk to me about his, and we have a same communication circle where we learn from each other and we teach each other and we blow up together like that. Blow up together. I mean, because it's all about communication. You know what I'm saying? And if you think if we're just doing that, and that's just not one little lie that we do that we're all a part of. Shout out to the brothers of Mexican Gulf Lodge, number 64, PHA, of course, no other way. We develop a relationship, and once you come into our relationship, and once you come into our lodge, or you know our lodge, or we have developed a relationship over the years that carry us to the day. You know what I mean? Which carry our kids to the day, which someday is going to carry their kids to the future, because it's something we started back in Mexican Gulf Line number 64. I'm just speaking on my level. I'm telling you the truth. I'm telling you, like I said, we're 100% of the time, we're going to be 100% real. And I'm telling you, every brother that I know in my life, we did the same thing. We are the same type of people. You know, the old saying that like people hang out together, we do. And when they do, and when they come up on a unified front, but I've been saying since the beginning of this show, a unified front, we will excel. We shall excel. We must excel. As my nose is draining. That's right. That's right, Tanya. Accountability. You know what I'm saying? And man, listen. Same thing happened with the Omega Psi Phi guys, the Kappa Alpha side. All these Greek fraternities and the sororities. They come as a unified front, and as a unified front, you can teach and learn. You can learn and then teach. I'm just going to take back to my college days and give you some examples, man. I had met a lot of people from Chicago when I was at Jackson State, Detroit. Some of the guys from Alabama, Louisiana, all over the country. And I came good friends with them. One of my roommates, we call him Poochie, named Robert Early from Toledo, Ohio. And I don't know if anybody remember, funny story real quick. Back then, it was a commercial. There was a little Chinese girl. It was an airline commercial that said, "Fly me to Toledo, Ohio." And we used to mess with Poochie like that all the time. But uh, I befriended those brothers, other Daryl Sugar Bo. Um, I befriended those brothers, and we learned a lot from each other. We went to each other's house. We ate out of each other's kitchen. Knew each other's parents, and they went back and told their parents about me, and I went back and told my parents and my family and friends about them. When they came down here, I took them on the coast and showed them around. You know what I'm saying? You meet and greet, and you have fun, you know. But Galen, I'm definitely gonna get you on here, brother, man. Um, and yeah, so I will do that with the downside for the clothesline, man. Because it's connected. You know, it's always connected. You know, everything we do is connected. Um, and I know you're connected. And we're gonna mention that on this show because I got to have you on, man. 'Cause we got to talk about Rick Ross and the real Rick Ross and Rick Ross, Freeway Ricky Ross Records and all the good stuff, man. You interviewed me, I'm interview. That's what I'm gonna say. You interviewed me, I'm interview you. But like I said, I can ramble on, man. But again, one thing you don't ever have to worry about is nothing fake on here. You ain't never had to worry about me not being real. You're not gonna see no pansy up here just saying reading scripts and stuff. I got notes that I write, I handwrite. I know you can't see them because I handwrite them. And this is my research. I do this every day when I think of a show. Sometimes it don't come to me right now. Sometimes I just, it just pops in my head. But yes, sir. And that's, again, shout out to Mr. Gulf, number 64. Free and accepted. PHA. No other way. And like I said, man, I know I said it again, but I'm gonna say this. We pride ourselves. Listen, hey, if you know a young man that wants to be involved in the community, direct them to your local lodge, your Mason Lodge. Not direct, to your local grad chapter of these fraternities, because there are things and set up in place where we can help these kids. There's things in place where these kids can become a part of things and learn things to continue the culture. So if you know a young man that hasn't found his way yet, send him my way. Ladies, if you know a young female that hasn't found her way yet, send them to your local house of the Eastern Stars or the Arrows of Jericho or some of these AKAs and let them help guide them, because that's what we're supposed to do. As organizations, that's what we're supposed to do. My brother Gaynor just said, if you want to be one, you can ask one. And in asking one, know what you want. Know what your desire is. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong. What's up, boss lady? Out of Huntsville, Alabama, getting ready for June Fest. So my brother leaving him, I said, hey, um, there's nothing wrong with wanting to be a party animal. There's nothing wrong with going out and want to work your fingers to the bone. The plan is to have a plan. And once you have a plan, you knock that plan out. Yes, ma'am. I mentioned the Zetas. That's one of the first ones I mentioned. 'Cause I know a lot of Zetas. I swear. And I'm telling you, if you're in the Huntsville area and you know a female that hasn't found her way yet or want to find their way, send them to the boss lady. She's a Zeta and she'll help them out. I'm telling you. But that's what we have to do. And that's just going back to what we said earlier. And oh yes, I did mention the Zetas. I knew I mentioned Zetas probably because of you. But these Kappas and Alphas and Zetas again and Phi Beta Sigmas, all these organizations are great. All of them are. Of course, like I said, the Masonic Order, all these houses and organizations are great. Not only great for learning tools, they're great for fellowship, great for teaching, great for bringing people together. Because once you're a part of something, you go 100% with it. You stick with it. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. That's right. Eastern Stars, like I said, if you know young ladies that's graduating high school or graduating college and still looking to find her way in life, there's people to help. You gotta ask, but there's people to help. There's people that's gonna help you. You know what I'm saying? That's why I said don't stop dreaming. Don't stop dreaming of dreams. And don't stop acting out your dreams because what's up, Kenny? Because dreams live in your mind, but you have to act it out. You have to go forward with it. You have to be the one um, to fulfill these dreams. And then, like I said, with the grace of God, the help of God, having faith in God, you get there. You get there. But you have to have a plan. The plan is to have a plan. When your plan, you get a plan, you execute. Which is again, I'm saying, our graduates, these kids coming up, they're our future. They're our future frontline soldiers on our war, our culture war. And I'm not saying we're at war with another culture. We're at war with ourselves. We're fighting ourselves right now. You know what I'm saying? We're not at war with no other culture but ourselves because we're not living up to our culture. It's the whole purpose of this show. Like my cousin Tanya said, we got to hold each other accountable. Accountability goes a long way. And if you can hold me accountable and I can hold you accountable, there's two accountable people in the room. Somebody else is going to be held accountable. That's three. I'm starting off with small numbers because I just want everybody to see that that's how it starts. Grass movements start small and they grow. You know what I'm saying? So this movement, this culture connection thing, it start off slow and it's growing. It keeps growing because people keep supporting, you know. And I thank you for that. And I really do. Again, and Boss Lady just said it. She just said it. Don't join these organizations, and I'm gonna mention all of them again, especially the Masonic Order with the Eastern Stars and the Masons, and do not join that organization just trying to Western to get you a ring or get you some stuff on the back of it, because there's knowledge involved in that. You see what I'm saying? And knowledge is the key. That's why these college students. I went to Jackson State, man. Um, I went to Jackson State. We had a Masonic group that we would meet with other lodges and stuff. And I know me and Steve Biggs and Eldon Daniels were a part of my rest of soul, a part of my Masonic family back in Pastorstan, Mississippi, Mexican Gulf, Lodge number 64. Um, and we went to Jackson State. And we met other Masons and other stuff. And I'm just using this Masons as examples. and we learned a lot from them. We get created groups and we learned things. We had study sessions. We did all that stuff, man. We went out of the community and did things around Jackson sometimes. Got back home, you know what I'm saying, and tried to do the same stuff around here because I mean, if you iron sharpen iron, you know, steel. You rub steel against steel, you get better steel. You mix aluminum together, the aluminum comes. All I'm saying is, when you're around light people, motivated, intellectual, very smart, intellectual, and very, very motivated, very, 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 very ambitious. If you're not already that, you're going to become that because the people around you are going to rub off on you. You know, that's one of the blessings of going to college. One of the blessings of going to the military is because you're around like people. You're there for a reason because you chose to be there. You chose to be there, and the person next to you chose to be there. Your roommate or your fellow classmates, your fellow soldiers, they chose to be there too. So there, you have something in common right there. You see what I'm saying? But once you get out and start mixing, mingling, and communicating with each other, and then that's when you form a conglomerate. That's when you form organizations. That's when you form, you know, systems. Let's say that you form a system, you know, and these systems can help guide you through the rest of your life. These systems can help build your future, and they will because trust me, I know that's how it works. That's how it works. But again, I'm just saying I did not want to be on long. I'm not going to be on long. I'm already an hour in. Congratulations to all the graduates, all the military personnel, for the families that lost loved ones. Today is honored to salute you and your loved one, and may God rest their soul. And we're forever ever indebted to them for their service to our country. You know, and then check this part out. It don't matter if you're black or white. It don't. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of what the current administration is trying to teach and spill. You know what I'm saying? Black soldiers lost their lives just like white soldiers, just like Korean soldiers, just like, Hispanic soldiers. So it's not nothing about race. It's about what's in your heart. And again, it's about knowing what you want to do, just like Boss Lady said. You got to know why you want to join these organizations. Know why. You got to have a plan. The plan is to have a plan. And my plan is to get off this thing and give me something to eat because I ain't had nothing to eat all day. I've been sick. And I thank people for their prayers and I thank people for their support. Hey, Wanda, how you doing? And it's all about togetherness, man. So, like I said, unified front. We got to come with unified front to solve problems that we have in common. And Michael Jackson said it best. It don't matter if you're black or white. It really don't. Um, again, like I said, I want y'all to be on the lookout for some major announcements coming up with the Culture Connection and some other entities that we're going to start doing some stuff. We're going to do some stuff. We're going to do some major stuff. You know what I'm saying? So be on the lookout for that. We're ready to roll. We're ready to do it, man. Y'all like to say boots on the ground, but man, I'm on feet in the street. You know what I'm saying? So again, if you have any uh, ideas or shows you want to talk about, you can always inbox me. You want to come on the show, you can inbox me. If you have an idea about a show, you are going to be on that show because don't even bring it up unless you want to come on the show. So that's how that's going to work. You know what I mean? But we'll have some interesting shows coming up, man. I got shows with some some health shows coming up, fashion shows that we're going to talk about fashion. We're going to talk about everything in our culture. Well, that's what I plan to do. That's what we're going to do. You know what I'm saying? We're going to have some more gun violence shows and some more. Like one of the first shows we did was uh, empowering the youth. You know, empowering females. We're gonna do all that. We're gonna get back with a million and have some more of these people. Though, guess I keep telling this, I'm gonna keep bringing them back on. We're gonna keep bringing them back on because they got a lot to say. They got a lot to teach, a lot to prove. We have a lot to teach, but it's all about working together. And like I said, you know how we do. At the end of the show, every week, I come out and I play my theme song, and I have to share revenue with these people. And I don't mind tell you, I don't care because the meaning of the song and the words of the song says everything that we need to do. It's like a instruction. Everything we need to do is in the words of these songs. That's why I always say, listen to the words of this song. It's called "Working Together" by the great late Franklin Beverly and his band Maze. Um, and that's listen to the words of the song. It's instructions like baking a cake. It's in there. We just got to bring it out, man. Got to bring it out. So let's play this theme music. Like I said, wish y'all had, hope y'all had a happy holiday. Again, shout out to all the graduates, high school, college, or whatever you graduated from. Graduation means completion. So whatever you completed, salute to you. Salute to all the soldiers around the world that's in our country. Salute to you. Families that lost a loved one in the war, and we can appreciate that. Salute to you and your family. It's time to come together. Everybody. See you next week. Sunday night. Good.
We've been trying to change things, rearrange things, and we're still in the same old mess. We've got the power, yes we do, to turn things around. We can keep on waiting, procrastinating, and we'll drive ourselves in the ground. And start learning how to do our thing and give each other some respect. We've got to learn to give. I'm telling you like it is. Let's not forget. Let's work together and make it happen. Let's work together and make it happen. Make us best friends. If we work together, we can watch it happen. Come on, come on. You and me need to be able to see. You and me need to be able to see. Everybody. You don't have to eat it. One day you'll need it. It'll come right back to you. And I'm telling you, we've got the power now to make all things right. We can live with each other, love one another. We don't have to fuss or fight. No, 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 no. We gotta start learning how to do our thing and give each other some respect. We've got to learn to give. I'm telling you like it is. Let's not forget. No. Let's work together and make it happen. Let's work together and make it happen. Working together can make us best friends. If we work together, we can watch it happen. Come on, 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 come on. See, Lord have mercy.